Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to be adding fieldstone to the inside of my pond dam for erosion control and to shore up the dam itself so that it retains the soil where it is and it keeps the top of my breast the same width that it is now, and so that the water line doesn't kind of lap the edge of the breast and erode it away. I've been gathering all these stones from my field edges. You can see a couple here that I had stacked up. If you watch the video on my channel of me brush hogging this particular field edge, I'll link it at the end of this video. But anyway, before I brush hogged, I went through here and grabbed all of the stone and made piles of them. So I've just been taking the quad and the trailer and picking up all those piles of stone. They're nice and frozen to the ground right now. It's been pretty cold here in Pennsylvania. But anyway, I'm gathering all those stones up from the field edges and taking them down the pond and try to stack them on the inside of the breast to prevent the erosion. You can see the where I'm putting those on the pond in the background there at about 11 o'clock through the tree branches. Some of the stone are pretty big, and I'm trying to put them strategically in locations where the breast is a little bit steeper than it should be, and basically letting the stone act as kind of like, I don't know, the structure to the dam itself. That way the water, as this pond fills and once it's full, any movement in the water doesn't erode this breast away, that the stone will, at least, even if these stones sink into the clay, it shouldn't let any of that clay kind of erode down to the bottom of the pond. It should at least stay where it's at. These stone should settle into the bank there and then kind of hold everything in place, hopefully. So same concept as if you would add riprap to a pond. Instead of riprap, I'm using the stone that I have. In time, I might get more stone and stack it on these to kind of make this bank less steep. We'll see. But also my plan is to add, in the spring, I want to add topsoil to this dam, more topsoil. And when I do that, I want to kind of bring the topsoil to the left that you see here and fill in all the cracks between the stones and widen the top of the breast a little bit. It should give me another like 6 to 12 inches, somewhere in there, which will help. It gets a little narrow here at this bend. You can see the quad. It's like basically almost 7 feet wide, but I want it to be wider. So I'm going to add dirt to the top of this, and then that stone's going to be my structure on the left side to kind of let that dirt filter into, and then I'll widen the top of this breast up a little bit. Plus I'll add dirt to the outside of the pond, like topsoil, and try to make that bank a little less steep on the outside. And then when I do that, I'll make it a little bit wider at the top of this breast here. These two stone that I'm setting now are in just a weird spot that's steeper than the rest of that bank. And I noticed this freeze-thaw cycles that we've been having, that anywhere that looks like this, the clay like corner of the dam, so like where my knees are, that corner wants to like crack from the freeze and thaw cycle. And I think it's just because it's steep there, and that freeze and thaw is trying to break away that soil and drop it down to the pond. So I'm adding these stone to shore that up, and then it also will give, once that stone's kind of anchored in that clay in the spring, it'll give me a place to add soil if I need to this area, and then it'll shore that new soil up and won't just fall down into the pond. that's it for this video. I consumed all of the stone that was on that field edge that I brush hogged in the video that I'll link here in a minute. But basically the stone from that field edge starts right here where there's no snow on it, and then works its way over this way. Some of those stone are pretty big, and there's probably 50 to 100 stone total. So added quite a bit of structure to that pond wall there, and hopefully it prevents erosion in the future and gives me a place to add some topsoil and make the pond breast a little bit wider. Hope that you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and subscribe. If you want to see this pond build, you can follow along. If you go to my channel and go to playlist and then pond, you can see all the videos for me building this pond, from basically clearing the site to moving the dirt and shaping and all of the other things that I've done to build this pond. Thanks for following along.